Hey everybody, I'm Bex, one of the seed librarians here at BCPL, and I want to take a minute today to show you some commonly found household recyclables that you can turn into pots to start seeds indoors. It's a perfect time to be thinking about that, especially since we're all about to be inside for a couple weeks. You can have some plant babies inside with you. So what I have here with me today are examples of recyclables taken from my own house or from my coworkers' houses. Thank you, coworkers. That I have used to start some seeds. So I'll just walk you through what I've done to prepare them and the kinds of seeds that would be good for each of these containers. We're going to go pretty quick, so feel free to pause if you need to. And let's get going. So this used to have muffins in it. And now is going to be used for peppers. So plants like peppers that like it to be really hot when they're germinating work really well for these kind of tins because you can shut them and they become their own little hot houses. So if you put this on a sunny windowsill, the plastic is going to trap the heat in there and they will germinate much quicker and a little stronger because they like that heat. Strawberries or other kinds of berries are other examples of plants that like it to be kind of hot when they're seeds. In these containers are a good old Chinese takeout container. And this container actually used to have a plant in it, so I like to save these. They're extra useful because they already have like the drainage holes in the bottom of them. These could be good for just about anything. I have chosen to put marigolds in here. One thing to note that is really good about these Chinese takeout containers and some of the other ones that we'll be looking at is these are made of cardboard, which means they're biodegradable. So if you put them in the ground, they will very slowly over time kind of decay, and plants really like those nutrients. So this marigold, when it's ready to go, I can just pop it straight in the ground. This marigold in this plastic, I will have to actually take out of the container and transplant. So especially if you have lots and lots of these cardboard containers, these are excellent for starting seeds because it kind of has the built-in system. You can just go boop, and then it's ready to go. So these, we all love yogurt. If you go through these yogurt containers really quickly, these are excellent little seed starters. I think especially for these ones if you have young kids at home or anyone who likes to be artistic, because you can decorate the outside of them, so everyone could decorate their own little pot, start some seeds. Again, these are plastic, so these can't go in the ground, which means they're extra good for painting, and you can save them for the next time you are starting seeds. And these ones I have chosen to start flowers because it'll just be really easy to put them in a slightly larger pot. Same goes for these guys. For lettuce, again, I have two different examples of one that you could put straight in the ground because it's cardboard. This is just a little juice carton that I have opened up all the way. This is another good example of ones that might be good for kids because they're small, so everybody can just kind of be in charge of their own seed. And then this, I think, used to have tofu in it, but now plays host to lettuce. So this is good for, you also, since this one's kind of bigger, you could put like more than one variety of plant in here, just as long as you use your trusty little popsicle stick to let you know what's planted where. I sometimes forget this and think, oh, I'll just remember it's fine. And that's false. Don't do that. This one, so in this one I have put lemon balm. This used to have Pop-Tarts in it. And I chose lemon balm because it is a kitchen herb, and herbs are really, really good if you don't have a lot of space outside to transplant things because they don't need a lot of room. So this lemon balm could live its whole life in this Pop-Tart box and never need to transplant to something bigger. It is going to limit how large the plant will get, so it's not going to grow quite as big as if I put it into a larger pot because it doesn't have as much room. But if you are a kitchen windowsill gardener and you just don't have a lot of room or desire to put a lot of things outside, then get some little boxes like this and you can very easily grow herbs. This was not sponsored by Pop-Tarts. These big boys, I love boxes like this for root vegetables or anything that kind of needs to really grow down. So in this case, I've put onions in here. These ones you will have to transplant to somewhere larger or you're not going to get really big onions. You're just going to have really tiny onions. Maybe that's what you want. I don't know. Live your life. I will be transplanting these somewhere larger. But really deep boxes like this. So, for example, this used to have Uncrustables in it. I can think of lots and lots of other, especially like frozen food boxes, or there's like things in the pharmacy that you can get that have really big boxes like this. Really good for root vegetables, so carrots, beets, onions. Now these ones I'm going to show you how I actually like fill them and prepare the soil. These are my favorite because I think they're just so genius. So this, any kind of cardboard juice carton works with this. So this is silk, or used to have silk in it. You could use any kind of orange juice, you could use boxed lemonade, you can use whatever. Drink it all up, rinse it out, and then all you have to do is cut the top of it off and it becomes a planter bed. So the important thing is that you want to cut the side so that your opening is up top, because now what you can do is you can water the roots through this opening. And that is, there's lots of plants that really, really like their roots to be watered, but they don't want a lot of water up top. So I love these because you can just sort of go, you just stick your watering can on in there and it's great. The only thing you want to be aware of is before you put these in the ground is you want to take the plastic part out, which you can just cut it out and then drop it in the ground. So I've used this one for flowers, so these are going to have foxgloves. And then this one, which I'm going to show you how I get the dirt ready, will also have flowers. This will have snapdragons in it. So you can use potting soil. You can also use seed starting soil. Seed starting soil is going to be preferable, but if you just happen to have a good old bag of potting mix sitting around, it will do the trick. So what you want to do is fill it up pretty much all the way. This is a dirty activity. You will get dirt everywhere. So maybe if you're feeling a little stir crazy and want to like sneak outside to your front porch, I won't tell. All right, so once you get it all filled up, this is probably the important step. You want to get the dirt wet before you put the seeds in. Seeds are at their most vulnerable when they're still seeds, when they haven't germinated yet, and it's really, really easy to drown them. Too much water and they won't grow. So that's why we get the soil wet before we put the seeds in, so everything's all nice and comfy. It's kind of like getting ready for bed. You want to make sure that all of your blankets are in order and your diffuser is turned on and your podcast is all synced up before you climb in. It's just like that. Plants just want a happy place to go to bed for 6 to 8 weeks, and then they wake up again. Okay, so what I did was put in some soil, put some water in. That'll like flatten it down because it's getting wet. And then I put a little more dry stuff in on top. Just kind of mix it up. It doesn't have to look pretty because it's just going to sit somewhere sunny. All right. So once it's like that, then it's totally ready for your seeds. Most seeds, you don't want to put them very deep because then they can't get any sun. So if you take your fingernail, that's a really good measure. Like no deeper than your fingernail in the dirt. And then just like some seeds in there. And that's it, it's ready to go. And don't forget your trusty popsicle stick so you know what the heck you planted. So thanks for watching. At the end of this video, you can stick around and I will include some of my favorite places to order seeds online. You can also go and buy them from the store. These are just places that I like. It's good to like support your independent seed businesses. Again, thank you. Everyone make sure that you stay safe and I'll catch you later.